hitting me?
See, that's just nasty.
That's bitter.
Bitter.
Hi guys, I'm Nono.
Hello, I'm Ajoke.
Welcome to our YouTube channel. Hi, so guys, from our last update, our last post, we talked about pro-life, pro-choice when it comes to abortion. Ajoke is pro-choice, obviously, from the last conversation.
Yes.
And now we have our friend Amanda.
Hi,
Amanda,
guys.
say hi.
Hi. My name is Amanda. You really called me Amanda.
She's in public health. She's in the public health field, and so we thought she'd have like an interesting angle to everything. You get.
I'm definitely pro-choice, obviously.
The whole idea of this thing is to have like a back and forth. So what do we do? Like go get like a spray cuckoo or something.
Because it looks like everybody will pro-choice. As for me, I'm pro-choice. Like, the mother should be able.
Why are you pro-choice?
Because why I am pro-choice is the responsibility depends on the mother. You are the one to carry the pregnancy, you are the one to raise the child. Like when you weigh your options. Yes.
Options like what?
Options like finance. Options like it is more expensive to raise the child. What if you are not ready? What if you are unemployed? What if they are still feeding yourself? How you want to feed person?
I'm trying to check out for arguments for pro-life people.
My pro-choice option or pro-choice choice is coming from an healthcare perspective.
Okay.
I think that abortion is healthcare. It's just like you have the right to go for HIV test. You have the right to go for you have malaria. You have pregnancy is just like having malaria, honestly.
Is this
A lot of
sickness?
people argue.
I know, but I feel like it's healthcare. It's my body. It's my choice. I have the right, reproductive rights.
Yeah.
Yes, the reproductive rights, and one of the reproductive rights is a woman has the right to decide when she wants to have a baby. So if I decide it's not the time, it is not the time. Pro-choice. And think of the number of girls that could have been saved if abortion was legal. Think about the number of people that used bad drugs because they were hiding from they're not good hospitals. Think about the number of people that have died from quacks. Imagine there was legal abortion clinic where you can just walk into it, because it's healthcare, peacefully with healthcare professionals, and then they do it. You don't have to go through the stress of
Using
quacks.
Some people use corn.
Some people use anger. Secondary school.
Anger.
Yes, iron anger inside.
Jesus.
Yes. Just imagine it was legal. Imagine it wasn't
It
an
was
issue.
potash ahead of, and they said even small potash is detrimental to the body.
Can you imagine?
While I'm still trying to get more arguments for pro-lifers, I know one of the predominant arguments is the child. I'm struggling to say child because I know it's not a child.
Yes.
One of the predominant arguments is they too is their life. Like you have a life inside of you, and so they have the right to life too.
See.
So what's
Look at us. Okay, they have the right to life, yeah. Increase in population has not done anything good, like presently. Look at what.
I'm sorry.
We don't have.
Did you say they have the right to life? If they have the right to life, why do I have to pick them from the hospital? Okay, yeah, they have the right to life.
They should start living their
Why
life.
can't they live their life from the hospital? Because it's not funny. I'm just giving birth to this little human that is just like out of my belly, and then you're telling me I have to take him home. I barely know this nigga.
He or she stay with you for 9 months.
and like you forcefully fed on me like a parasite inside my body for 9 months, and then now you're outside, they're telling me to take it. If they have their own life, then they should start living their life from the hospital. I don't have to feed you.
Another argument off the back of my head, I still haven't gotten a real argument, is if you know you're not prepared to take care of the child, then why have sex?
That's why we're doing the whole reproductive health condoms.
If everything has failed, you fail to use condom.
Condom is 99%.
You fail to use
Contraceptives
and the rest of them, and you took in. Like
that is why we need to have the option of abortion.
Yes.
At that point, when we've exhausted every other option from we should have used a condom and we didn't use, or we used a condom and then it broke, or probably, or I should have used contraceptive and I did not use it and I forgot to use emergency pills and then it came. That is where the abortion.
But there's no option for that.
There's no option.
Exactly. I get your argument, but at the same time, it still doesn't. It still doesn't totally respond to the argument that why didn't you use condom?
Okay.
Why didn't you use the contraceptive? Then you fail to use all of this, and then you have a life inside of you. At that point, it's your responsibility to let that life live. Sort of.
Okay, you said it's my responsibility to let that life live.
Uh-huh.
What if it is my responsibility, there is a choice to it too. And the responsibility goes both ways.
Thank you.
I know I don't have something to raise this child.
Yeah, why? Like, you should have.
It's expected of me. See, the woman body is fertile. It's expected of me, like I'm active.
Yes. And
I'm sexually active.
It's not even a question of I cannot take care of the child. If I don't want to, it's my choice. I don't have to be forced into having a child because society deems it fit that I'm sorry, because a lot of people are sitting in their backyard, in their house, and then king over society. You must not do abortion.
Justifying what is right.
I mean, get pregnant first now. And if I'm sorry to say this, I'm not trying to bring feminism. Most people that are behind this whole pro-life, they are men. Ask them, okay, get pregnant, carry the baby now.
As in, let them
no, it's easy like that.
I know I remember this one. So all the back of my head, I see I'm not going but it's just coming. What's the difference between you, the person who's going for abortion, and you killing your child, like a child has come to life? Right?
What's the difference?
Yes.
Well, I would argue. People say, get pregnant, even at 1 week is still life or whatever. I would argue that it's quite a fetus, but I cannot call it a child yet. Until it comes, take the first breath. Okay, so for people who know the whole thing about the rhesus factor, at the beginning, probably the first time you get pregnant, and maybe the rhesus factor is the positive and negative on your blood, whatever, and then it's probably rhesus positive, and then it comes to you. Your body
rejects
instinct rejects it. It just flushes out the baby. So if my body can't do that, why can't I make the choice? I didn't make the choice for my body. My body saw that this thing. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know what it is. It's foreign. It's an intruder. We are kicking it out. So if I decide that I don't want an intruder in my body, it's my body.
I always come from the economical part of it. Like, weigh your options. If I birth this child and there was nothing to eat, family will eventually take the child away from me. And even raising this, imagine you have raised the child for 3 years and there was no food or nothing. Look at people in the north.
Sickness.
It's not even more painful.
Can we come from the angle of religion?
Okay.
Now, one of the biggest stands for life has always been God is the author of life, and so God gave that child. God is responsible for that child. And you do not have the right to take away the life that God has created. What's the argument against that? You're not a Christian. And so your argument is not
it doesn't hold water.
It doesn't hold water because But
I would say, as a Christian, thou shalt not commit murder, but it doesn't it doesn't work in the context of abortion to me, my belief.
how?
Because again, it still all boils down to choice. Still all boils down to putting yourself first. I mean, if God puts the life now, whatever in quotes, in me, and it's not the right time, and I feel like okay, I don't think I'm capable of handling a child, and then I take it away. The God that puts life there can. Okay, what of people that have miscarriages?
My own point is, even you, what of people that even did family planning?
Thank you.
Will you say that they are going against the law of go to the world and multiply?
Basically, okay.
It doesn't
What
matter.
has gone to the
It
world
doesn't
and multiply
matter.
done so far? Like this, our population now is outrageous, and
Okay, some
there's no way we are.
Some people argue that population in Germany, China, I think, and the US, I'm not certain, is beginning to decline. I think in Canada too. So they're trying to. So we actually need people.
Our own if they needed to, maybe the population is declining and they needed balance. Because my own pro-choice is coming from a place of economy.
Okay.
Like, what is the impact? Look at Africa now. The outburst of population is basically not doing something good for us. It's doing better for China. Because they are making use of their population. There is efficient labor, but we have gone beyond the time where farming was like a lifestyle that needed to raise so much child, and we are still having that mindset in our head. Now it's expensive.
The thing with
if you have
Yoruba
4 child,
the thing Yoruba people is, so let me give expected child, at least one of them will become rich. Like.
can you imagine? Look at that.
Okay,
one of them
so there's another thing that comes to my head. Imagine there is legal abortion clinics. I feel like it would decline the number of abortions. Imagine we get pregnant and then we go to an abortion clinic and then they tell us, okay, you have to register, you have to talk to probably a public health professional, a counselor, and then they ask you, why do you want to abort this child? Why? What are the factors that you think are restraining factors to this pregnancy? And then you probably say, oh, money, or you say school, and then they profess solutions to you that okay, so you can do this, you can actually go to school while being pregnant and then make it work, or okay, as the government would contribute this blah blah blah, we will take care of this blah blah blah. You realize that most of the issues, most of the reasons why people want abortion is because there's no money, or what will my mommy do, or my daddy will blah blah blah. What if these counselors breach the gap? You come to an abortion clinic and they tell you, okay, we do this, we do that, okay, we have come back after 2 weeks, we have this discussion, cancel, go and think about it and come back after 2 weeks.
But you should still make it as an option.
As an option. So I feel like if you have to go through that process, and we do all of this in the space of 1 month, we do all of this process, and after that 1 month, you still think that you want to do the abortion, then go for it. Then
but at least there's an option
but
of them
yes,
taking
there's
up
an
the
option.
child.
I'm very sure that if we want to test this, we'll probably test this. Maybe, I'm just saying off the top of my head, there's no data to back it up. I'm pretty sure that maybe half of the people who come for abortion will probably change their mind over time.
That it's really hard to part ways with your child.
That's the thing.
Carrying a child for 9 months, and you want to, even if you don't have the money, like it feels like this so much pain. Sometimes it's not even from the place of love. It's from the place of you have invested so much. I think I saw a movie one time.
Some costs. I don't remember.
I saw a movie one time, and then the babe wanted to go for an abortion, and then they were like, "Oh, why? What's the problem? She doesn't have the money and all of that." And I'm like, "Okay, we'll pay you to give birth to this child and give it up for adoption." And then that was it.
The payment will supplement for
some of the
it's
arguments
emotional though.
Pro-choice. There are some of the guys who are very, very vocal about pro-choice. Aside from saying women have the choice in their bodies and all of that, some of them have always come from the angle of rape victims.
Yes.
That You know, you haven't really given a good argument against God being the author of life and all of that. But let's assume that we all agree that God is the author of life and everything. Yeah? Don't you think pro-lifers are right? You know, saying even a rape victim doesn't have the right to abort a child.
Are you kidding me?
See, that's just nasty.
That's bitter.
Bitter. Rape victims, I'm very sure they've not. You have to go through the trauma.
As in,
You have to overcome whatever it is.
is it even easy to overcome?
It's
Like
not-
the
yeah,
pain of even
the pain
raising.
and then you
child.
don't have to see the receipt
I'm telling
from
you.
your trauma.
Especially if you're not consciously
Yes,
ready to
ready
I'm
to
telling
actually.
you. And it's even rare for a rape victim to love each other. It takes a lot. Like, I'm seeing my trauma, like she said, the receipt of my trauma.
The receipt of it every time. It's not like.
That's more
And
like
then another issue
they are
is
doing more
we
damage.
can avoid the whole rape, pregnancy from rape if the system has like really good response. I mean, you call 911. We don't have that in Nigeria, but imagine you call 911 and then they have to do the normal rape kit test and all of
Even
that.
some got
and
raped and they
flush
don't.
and all of that.
Some don't even
And they didn't even
open
open
up
up.
on time.
It happened. A friend of mine got raped from like she was coming back from school at night, around 9, got raped, and she didn't tell anybody. Nobody had shit. The only reason people found out or there was an issue was when she found out she was pregnant. And she didn't even know. It was people that had to call her that, babe, do you know you're pregnant? And then she was like, oh no, she can't be pregnant, blah blah blah. She's not. It was then.
What we are trying to
It
bury.
was then.
What
She
they're trying
now,
to bury.
like voiced out that she was raped, gang raped, like a couple of guys while she was coming back from school. So at that point, if there was proper, the system wasn't broken, proper response, and then she walks to the hospital and be like, I was just raped.
I think the shame for rape victims is still like a global thing at this point. Some countries have it
Some
less.
countries, yes, have
but
it less.
I don't know
At least
how
they are
it is
trying. They will
very
make you
prevalent in
be
Nigeria.
able to like.
Nigeria,
you want
there are a
to-
lot of things wrong.
Okay, this might be some like a large amount of assumption. Okay, this might be hugely assumption, but do you think pro-lifers, are still like prone to being what's the word now? Are prone to not wanting to go into family planning? Like people who are pro-lifers.
I think
You think there is a room for pro-lifers to be a pro-lifer and still be active and
It boils down to education,
sex
and
education.
yes, sex education, and then this whole cultural bias, because they're always like, oh, young ladies. Number one, in Nigeria, if they push the agenda of contraceptive for teenagers, girls of age, probably from the age of 14, 15, we would avoid the issue of having to talk about abortion.
From a
But
religious
they
angle,
will
from a
say it
religious angle,
is
yeah.
immorally wrong. Like,
From a
and
religious
it is.
angle, yeah, that's what.
Well, it's
from
not-
a religious
is it-
angle, the Bible
They
talks
will say it
about
is
going to
immorally
the
wrong
world
for a
multiplying.
teenager, but for
But this is happening for
scientifically,
a
I know
is
wrong.
a path to sex education scientifically.
Okay, let's come from the angle of religion right now.
Religion doesn't answer it all.
And again, government now, because
Our government,
they
country
did
is super
religion,
religious, and
there's
all
a
of
body
our-
that is called Planned Parenthood
Yeah.
that's supposed to help with the whole family planning. I think it's supposed to be incorporated into the law. It is, but they don't do it. They don't.
The point
make it
is-
say, like, you have to go for family planning. It's part of requirements to fulfill, part of
When-
healthcare requirements or whatever.
You have to
They
go
don't
for
do
family
it.
planning. But when did they even start telling them? It's not until when they get pregnant or when they have unwanted pregnancy. That's
the
when they will
thing.
start
There's
the
no,
sex
there's
education
no proper
part.
awareness.
Is
It
that-
goes back to what we said in our last.
Is that okay?
No,
Where-
there's no proper awareness.
No.
And then people when they she said now, and then the people that are using all of this to chop money. Because I'm sure Planned Parenthood, they get their budget every whatever.
Do you think now, apart from the fact that okay, the poverty is a big deal, education too is
Yeah.
do you think religion, I'll explain why. Do you think religion is also like a factor stopping people from controlling them?
Yes,
For instance,
it's
the
a
Bible talks about
restraining.
going into the world and and multiplying. I don't know about the Quran, but I know there is something about Islam that talks about populating your area and all of that.
Should I say?
So
Should I say? I know I'm not religious.
It's bondage.
But the point is that
Really?
the Bible and like the religious body come from the place of patriarchy, dictating what a woman
Should do with her body.
And the funny thing is that this childbirth is traumatic. Imagine they sit women that okay, let's make this rule together. It won't be this way.
And then the problem is there are laws that have been put down. Again, reproductive law says a woman has the right to decide when she wants to have a baby, when and if she wants to have a baby. But a lot of people don't put this in whatever. They just feel like, oh, women want to do whatever they want. That's
like
why they don't want to be controlled and all of that. Yes, the Bible says go into the world and multiply, but multiply with sense. I mean,
Why would they say that?
I know, but do you have to be told multiply with sense?
Well,
I think some people is still living in the
Just-
archaic
yes, that's
mentality.
the-
That's why
that's
they
the
say that
thing.
maybe
Yeah.
one of if they give birth to 15, if 14 is
One of them.
unfortunate. But they did not know that
It's the way
Yeah,
you train them.
Yaman gently generations.
She's
I
saying
tell you, I tell you.
It's still
It's
just
no
goes
longer
down
like
to
that.
education.
Because do you have the finance to put those 15 children through
How many?
like give them an edge?
See,
Do you
you feel like
you think highly inclined religious people will leave their religious inclinations for your
it's
educational?
not. See, it's not. It's something that is sure. For example, when you public health, you're trying to run a program and then you're planning the program. When you're setting your objectives, you say, okay, probably, for example, want to reduce the prevalence of malaria in Lagos State from probably 48%. It's kind of hard to say you want to totally eradicate right now. Yes, I mean, we work towards it. You cannot totally. It's the same way you cannot change human behavior totally. There are still some people that will not change no matter what. Like you are literally putting the evidence right in their face. It's not even about okay, pro-life, pro-choice, something that we need to argue. Something that is evidence-based right in their face. And some people will still not take it. Since the coronavirus vaccine, is till today, some people still don't believe the coronavirus exists.
They even think it's CCC is the mark of CCC.
So every time was some guy.
There's no how.
Some
There's
guy said
nothing you will
it
do.
was connected to 5G.
Some people still
And I'm
believe
sure that-
it's still connected to 5G.
I can't say stuff like that. I don't want haters.
I'm just saying, no matter what. Okay, for example, do you know there's still some people who don't believe your children should receive vaccines, the
Yeah,
anti-vaxxers?
yeah, I know.
I mean, it's evidence-based. We can see that these vaccines work.
There are people who don't
They
take
save
blood
our
transfusion.
children. Okay, so I mean, some people don't even take blood to
Dying.
save lives, and then you're telling me some people will not change their mind. Abortion is illegal to some, is evil to some people, and will always be evil. But we say it's
Check on my palm, be at the yellow one.
okay.
Okay, today we had actually conversation was super nice. I had fun.
Me
I
too.
had fun.
I was able to speak Yoruba.
This was super nice. It was very free flowing. I enjoyed it. And I hope you guys will enjoy it. If you're enjoying it so far, we forgot to say like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. So, okay, let's be professional. Amanda, passing words. Okay, should I ask a question? I'll just say, what are your final words on the pro-life and pro-choice argument?
For me, I would always be pro-choice, and I think, not like I think, I know, I'm convinced that abortion is healthcare and it should be incorporated. We should all accept it. But then I know not everybody will accept it. So for me, healthcare, pro-choice. That's all.
Okay, that would be all from us, guys.
Yeah.
We had fun, and we hope you had as much fun watching too.
Thank you guys for having me.
You're welcome. Love you. Know thyself, love thyself, love you.